Iki, for the last time, you can't come without a pilot's license. Come back when you get a pilot's license.
Or any interest in this game.
Yeah, one of the two are needed for this one. So, everybody knows the Banjo series.
Oh. But did you know that there was once upon a time where they actually flew airplanes?
Even KAZOOIE?
Yep, even KAZOOIE. It's hard to believe considering she only has feathers for arms. But yeah, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our look at on Banjo-Pilot for the Game Boy Advance. The last game under the Banjo name released on a Nintendo console before they fully shifted to Microsoft.
For better or worse.
Yeah, and I mean, it is weird looking back on this game because I didn't grow up with Grunty's Revenge, but I definitely grew up with this game. This game where you get to ride airplanes with Banjo, KAZOOIE, Mumbo Jumbo, Jinjo, and so many others. Now, here's something you guys might also find rather... Well, actually, let's let Bottles say his thing.
Can you master the tracks in 104 cups?
Bottles and his big meaty claws.
I've just been recently raised back from the dead, and so I found no better way to spend my day than hosting the racing tournament.
And boy, oh boy, I can't wait to get on that thing myself. Wait, what do you mean I have to pay this many pages just to play as myself?
Oh, you don't get to play as Bottles.
You can unlock Bottles, and I'm just gonna say this right now. You unlock multiple characters through getting Cheeto pages, as per the norm.
Yeah.
And the last character you can unlock is Bottles. And just gonna get this out of the way right now, as someone who's played this game pretty much from beginning to end, Bottles is broken.
Oh, so he's like the tip top or the TT.
He's literally the TT slash Taj slash Whiz Pig or whatever. Once you unlock him and he's there in like CPU races, you just say goodbye to ever getting first place ever again.
Oh crap! Can't you wait? Can people play as the same character?
I don't know what to
boy.
say. I mean, you can still technically play as Bottles yourself, but like again, he literally is that character that has max stats all across the board.
Dang.
Wow.
I mean, so right now, voice crack. Right now, looking at this, like, this is playing pretty goddamn smooth for a Game Boy Advance game with 3D elements.
Oh yeah, no, like this game's pretty much been in development since like the Game Boy Advance's inception, and at one point, you know, I think everyone knows the story of before this ended up becoming Banjo-Pilot. It was originally a game under the DK IP, which was originally going to be called Diddy Kong Pilot, because you know Diddy Kong racing and all that stuff.
Ouch.
But, you know, by the time Microsoft acquired Rare's rights, unfortunately, most if not all of Rare's projects under Nintendo had to be, well, changed.
Sorry, Jolly.
I mean, it's kind of a blessing in disguise that at least a handful of them still got to be on Nintendo consoles, but only on the Game Boy Advance, because, you know, Microsoft hadn't really no say in the portable market.
Oh, that was a close
Right.
one.
So, oh geez. So, what were your experiences like with this game? Oh.
Well, I mean, with my experience with the game, I do think it's fairly fun. I mean, you're flying all across these isometric sort of levels on your airplane, or excuse me, not isometric, Mode 7-esque places with your airplane. And, I mean, while you technically do auto-accelerate, you get max speed by pressing the A button, holding down the A button as, you know, your usual racing game. One thing I do find kind of weird is that even though you're flying on airplanes, you do slow down when you hover over
That was some Donkey Kong music.
off-road terrain.
Yes, totally
it totally did sound like DK music. Save for like a few exceptions, the soundtrack was relatively unchanged between the prototype and the final game.
Okay.
And I totally didn't see Espresso there.
Aww. So,
like, you can sort of tell that a good handful of assets for Banjo-Pilot, like, they didn't change that much from the major prototype that still had the DK characters, so some things still stick.
Yeah.
It's just that there are, like, the most that they change is, like, there's the characters, some of the items that you can pick up, and, like, the very rare background prop that's there just to tell you that, hey, this is still a Banjo game that we're playing. Like whenever you're at FREEZEEZY Peak, you'll see the snowman from FREEZEEZY Peak, or Treasure Trove Cove, where that very iconic landmass is still there.
So I want to ask, like, I saw you picking up notes. What are the purpose of those?
If you can collect 4 notes in a track, you get additional Cheeto pages.
oh, okay. So they're kind of like so they're the CTR like letters.
Exactly.
Alrighty. Whoa. And I noticed that in some cases, You can barrel. You can nail the roll. Yay! I know. Wow, you're flexing on them. I noticed sometimes that when you got hit, like if you pressed a certain button, maybe right after getting hit, you could maintain a good boost out of the being knocked down motion. Or
basically, whenever you do a backspin or whatever that's technically called in aerodynamics. Whatever, like there's a projectile aiming towards you. If you time it just right, not only do you avoid the thing, but you do gain a boost of speed.
Oh, so that's what you're doing back there. Okay.
Yeah, that's to help, especially considering the fact that like if you're not careful, so like that can happen. You just flop all over the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm catching up on you, you rat, you.
Yeah, basically what you see there, those are all the characters that you can unlock in the game, although you can't see bottles because, well, again, you gotta unlock them first.
I completely forgot that you were grunted there, Hype. I almost thought you were trying to voice KAZOOIE, because KAZOOIE's in dead last, and he was like, I'm the one who flies for a living! Holy crap, wow,
I'll leave that. But no, that wasn't it. I'll leave that to Marge. I mean Icky. I mean Marge. I mean Icky.
And I was saying holy...
Marge/Icky/Scratch.
And I was saying, holy ouch, and I was saying, holy crap, that, wait.
Ooh!
And I was saying, holy crap, that boost you get if you hold A at the right time gets super, like, charged in this game.
Oh yeah, no, like, if you know what you're doing, you can gain some insane speed in this game, and it's one of the more thrilling moments of this game.
Speaking of speed, I want to ask, like, how would you say, like, the AI is in terms of, like, catching up and rubber banding and whatnot?
For the most part, it's not too bad until you get like I think throughout the course of the game you do unlock additional sorts of like difficulty levels, so you can get more trophies and gain more chances at getting more Cheeto pages and whatnot. Although as I said before, shit pretty much hits the fan once you decide to unlock bottles.
I will say like. Unless you're, like, super observant of the track, it looks like it's kind of hard to really stay on track.
It depends, because, one other thing you can do is that, like, as in other racers, you can hold down the R button to sort of, like, swerve in a certain direction to, go, like, turn harder.
Mm-hmm.
Which can really help in tighter spaces like this.
I noticed that when you had Mumbo in front of you, does the plane have its own, like, standard, like, firing mode, even without items?
As a matter of fact, it does. Though that's only really useful for another particular portion of this game's, gameplay. After a certain point, like, say, once you're done with the Grand Prix or whatever, you actually gain the opportunity to literally do a dogfight with one of the other characters.
Huh.
Like, for example, actually, since I want to say we've cleared our last race for this Grand Prix, we'll actually get to see exactly what... Oh, never mind. More racing.
HAILFIRE Peaks. Where's the snow? I see absolutely zero snow. This can't be HAILFIRE.
We're on the other side. Well, to be fair, considering how HAILFIRE Peaks was so clearly
lava and
lava, and the other side was all snow. I guess we're just in the part that's all lava.
Alright, fair enough. What the heck
Durgan.
is... Yeah, random, like, actual serious dragon, not dorky one.
Yeah, I was about to say,
honestly, that dragon looks a lot like Crunch if he turned into a dragon.
I can kind of see that, actually, because he did look more like a Kremling than any of the dragons we've seen in any other Rare game.
Yeah,
again, another remnant of this game, originally supposed to be a Donkey Kong game.
Which would have been cool still.
Now that you say that, I'm just imagining, like, Clump and Crusher are, like, trying to cheat their way into the game, so it involves, like, Clump painting Crusher orange, and it's like, now hold still! This is the only way they'd last in!
I'm allergic to orange paint, though.
I was gonna say... another thing I just now realized, one is that I noticed that a lot of your projectiles are coconuts, just throwing that out there. They kind of look like eggs, but I can see them more as being coconuts, maybe. Maybe they are just eggs. Maybe I'm just hallucinating.
Well, actually, it's funny you bring that up, though, because in the prototype stages when it was a DK game, they actually weren't supposed to be coconuts. They were more so like zingers or the robotic bees from DKC3,
right.
Among other things. Like, again, a lot of stuff really did change between the two games, though. Again, it's very freaking obvious, like the remnants of its original design are still there.
Is there any, besides aiming for certain... Okay, we're going to see that dogfight soon. Apart from aiming for various boost pads or certain item honeycombs or whatever, is there any real benefit to flying high or flying low?
Not usually, no. For the racing stuff, no. It's just a matter of, like, if the speed boosts are on particular altitudes or not.
Something
Or,
about
it makes it a little easier to avoid certain projectiles or whatnot.
something about Bottles' hands here I really don't like.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. They're really meaty.
Those those are like sock you in the mouth kind of hands. Like I cannot see him using those for any delicate
To
knitting.
be fair, older CG models had those kinds of meat locks.
Sorry, Kazooie. It was only a matter of time.
No hard feelings, Kazooie, but I gotta take you down now.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh boy. Oh, just
But
hold
yeah,
down the brake.
After every Grand Prix, you get to do a dogfight, and for the first one, you get to fight Kazooie.
Oh, this is horrible. Oh, Kazooie's like, I wasn't meant to be in this plane.
Why can't I just fly by myself? I know how to fly
Oh,
naturally. Sorry, Banjo, but now it's time for a little divine retribution.
Oh, so that's how this works. Is it's phases of having the guy in front of you and having to dodge his attacks.
Yep, and when you're the one being chased, the only other means of defense are hoping that you can grab an item and literally shock them like that.
Thank you, Mingy.
Or yeah, that was Mingy Joe, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Or whatever that thing.
Mingy
called.
Jungle.
Mingy Jongo, that's it. And there's Mingy Jongo, who's pretty much, lightning. And you also... And, jeez, I'm getting stupidly lucky with my pickups.
Yeah.
Of course, and as I said, like, whenever...
There
down
you go.
goes Kazooie.
And she's gonna explode.
And so we win.
He's dead. She's dead, and we're celebrating.
I overcame my personal handicap.
Momo Jumbo.
What was that? What was that? That was not Mumble Jumble. That was like some... Who is that? That's not Grant.
Honeycomb
Grant.
cup.
That did not sound like Grant going Mumbo Jumbo. That sounded like a staff member saying... Say something Mumbo Jumbo would say. Mumbo Jumbo.
Close enough.
Like, just use the clip of Ekum Bokum. It's there. Oh,
Oh,
gosh.
yes. By the way, would you believe me? So, yeah, that was what you just saw was what we actually got. Now I'm going to show you what we could have got if Nintendo still held the rights to Rare. Now for Diddy Kong Pilot.
So I take it they did what I know a lot of canceled games like in the olden days did this. I'm guessing someone was able to like find a ROM of what it was originally going to be.
Yeah, some of the original, I want to say it was like some of the original staff behind Rare. Rare actually did release the prototype ROM for anyone to download and try out.
I'm pretty... I don't know if that's legal, but I mean, I'm down for it.
I mean,
Let's check it out.
technically, it's considered vaporware, so I think it counts.
Yeah, not to mention the game is. It's not like the game's gonna be finished anytime soon.
Nah, it's
Of course not.
abandonware.
Well, technically, the game's already finished. It's just that, well, there's no semblance of DK in it, so...
Well, you know what I mean.
You're raising for the pride of Team Kong, so just do what you gotta do.
And take out those long nose freaks.
I did not suffer those interminable amounts of monotonous gameplay for you to mess it up now. If you win, you go head-to-head against a Kremlin to show them who's boss.
So yeah, pretty much the same rules apply as before. Go through 4 races, and then afterwards do a dogfight with one of them no good Kremlings.
And
Can
given
you
all...
unlock any characters in this build?
Yeah.
You initially start off with Team Kong, but later on you can unlock Team Kremling, which consists of Crunch, Crush, Clump, and King K. Rool.
Who in this game had yet another different persona. Was it Baron? Not Baron Roll. I remember he had a different outfit and everything.
The Zinger.
Actually, it's funny you do bring that up, Hype, because basically that initial that new persona you're talking about was only really a thing in the beta version of Diddy Kong Pilot. Like this is actually the second build of Diddy Kong Pilot that was made, which is clearly what Banjo-Pilot essentially basically built itself off of.
And you know what? Now that I'm actually seeing it in action, yeah, the fact that those 4 notes were totally supposed to be the Kong letters really does like make much more sense.
Did they serve the exact same purpose?
They're supposed to, yeah, though there's no shop in this build, so take that for what you will.
Right, but still, this is nice. Monkey power, there you go. It is really interesting to look at this because it's kind of bummed because like I could already look at this like maybe change the mini map sprites a little bit, but like this already hiccups. This already looks like a finished product.
I mean, it's about as close. It's honestly crazy to me because aside from the shop features and whatnot, this really does feel like and I mean the obvious little hiccups here and there. This really does feel like a finished product. Like you can go through like every level's there as it should be, and you can unlock more or less all the characters that are supposed to be part of the package, like the Kongs and the Kremlings, and basically to serve as what eventually would be unlockable bottles is a team entirely consisting of Cranky Kongs.
All Cranky Kongs.
Wow.
All Cranky Kongs all the time.
Fine, I'm doing this myself.
No, great. Now you just say that. I'm just imagining him like with his own like Infinity Gauntlet. Fine, I'll do it myself. And right before he snaps, whippersnapper.
But it's like I love the context of like, you know what? I've decided to clone myself, and now no one can tell me what to do. I don't know. It's just
Now I can tell myself what to do.
I still.
Oh yeah, one other thing you may notice is that in this build is that there's the occasional balloon with a target on it.
Yes.
When you shoot at that target, additional speed boosters pop out, which if you take total advantage of, you gain a lot more speed than you normally would with the regular zippers. And that is actually something you can unlock in Banjo-Pilot if you buy the particular sets from Cheetah.
Oh, okay. So that's what made those like cool pink boosters appear in the last level. Also,
Exactly.
Also, I was just reminded of way back in the day when everybody was editing the way
Jesus
back.
Christ!
Oh, that's a lot of zingers. I remember back in the day when everybody was more zingers. When more people were, when everybody was like memeing the heck out of the Gallium, not Gallium, Galeem, getting everybody for Smash. And one of them was Cranky Kong walking into a room, and I love the detail that they actually like edited his face, kind of like fading away into the shot, into the like bright light of. I'll show you that. It's great.
I remember seeing that. It's probably one of my favorite Galeem edits I've ever seen. That and the Deviled Ant Pickles episode.
Yeah,
that
is
was
so
beautiful.
my favorite. SpongeBob, I love, and it's all just muffled as it's outside.
Yeah. You know what? I would love if someone made a continuation of that where SpongeBob still does it. Then Galeem takes out SpongeBob but leaves the pickles behind.
And they just fall to the ground. But I just love the like time that Mr. Krabs had to look at it and see his face. Anyway. So
actually, one other thing I'll bring up regarding the Diddy Kong Pilot beta, or at least this one in particular. You may notice that all the characters actually have unique dialogue, and it in a little something that I kind of wish more games would do often, most especially racing games. The characters do actually exclaim whenever they're hit by a certain character. Like, say for example, for the Kongs, if they're hit by a Kremling, they're obviously kind of mad about it, and justifiably so. Or the Kremlings will laugh about it. Whereas if they actually hit their own kind, they'll actually scold each other. Or one guy will get hit, hey, and the other guy's like, oh, sorry.
that's actually pretty fun.
Oh yeah, by the way, a problem with the beta is that unfortunately, sometimes the sounds will glitch out and you get this non-stop cartoony sound effect that plays.
Yeah.
And it's annoying.
I'm hearing it.
Sin.
I'm hearing it there. It's done.
Really
Thank
the
you.
one thing that soils an otherwise borderline
Solid
perfect beta.
It's solid, yeah. And I was gonna say earlier, like, given all the wacky spin-offs we've seen the Donkey Kong series have on portable games, you're right. This was absolutely meant this was absolutely meant to be, yeah.
I love DK's like face there. It's like
I'm having a good time. What did they call this stage? What did they call it in Banjo-Pilot? I didn't pay attention to
Gobi's Valley?
Maybe that's what it was supposed to be, because this is the exact same tile set and everything, and I bet we'll find Espresso soon. But, given all the weird spin-offs that Donkey Kong's had, I'm surprised they didn't, I'm honestly surprised that they didn't, like, go with all this.
And another one.
Oh, ow. Rest in pieces, Clump.
Wow. Dude,
So, now, for this game, did you think that they got most of the people who worked on Diddy Kong Racing, like the composer and everything?
Maybe not so much I don't think they got... David Wise, I don't think, was involved in this. I think they got Robin Beanland or some other guy.
Okay.
As far as the voice acting is concerned, I do think they actually did get everyone that's ever been involved in the DK series up till that point. Like, Grant still voices DK, whoever voices Diddy still voices Diddy, and the announcer voice In fact, some of the announcer stuff is still is ripped from Diddy Kong Racing. Like,
Actually,
Yeah, I heard the ready,
I might
go!
I might be misremembering, but wasn't Diddy Chris Seaver?
Maybe.
Uh-oh. It's
I-
still
Yeah,
in.
it's still there.
It's happening.
It'll always be there to haunt me.
And I just cut to like late at night, and Donkey Kong is just laying in his hammock, eyes wide awake, just it's
Shit.
not going away.
It'll
Okay,
never
so
leave.
apparently I was wrong. It was Chris Sutherland that voiced Diddy.
Chris Sutherland? Oh, for some reason I don't know what. Oh no! I
Damn
don't
it.
know.
Oh,
I'll take third. I don't know what part of me. I don't know. I don't know. But part of
What is
me.
it?
Part of me heard what you said as James Sutherland.
Oh,
Voicing
James
Diddy, I was
Sun-
like, how?
James Sunderland?
James Sutherland. That he would never be Diddy. Aw, sorry, Funky. You got third.
Aw, well, you'll always be a funky monkey to me.
First
One.
place. One.
Woohoo!
All right.
No, I'm not sure which one looked lazier, this or the first or the one in Banjo.
I think this one's.
I'll give this one some credit just because it actually does like use multiple screens. And
Kongs
yay, the
win!
Kongs! Kongs are the winner.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what about that dogfight?
I don't think you had anything, but you actually proved you could do it. Well,
I'll be diddle die damned.
looks like I okay rule $40 this weekend. The boss race is now ready to try. It's like the Kremlin's ugly face from the cup screen and show 'em what we're made of.
Oh yeah, by the way, when you actually do unlock the ability to play as the Kremlings, they have their own sets of cups where you go against the Kongs instead.
Oh,
That makes sense.
So
So
the
how about I pick, instead of DK, how about I pick Dixie?
All right.
Sorry, Lanky Kong and Chunky Kong.
Well,
Or
one of them's dead.
and Baby Kong.
Oh yeah, Kitty. Oh,
Kitty
nobody,
Kong.
Nobody remembers. No, well, nobody cares about Kitty.
Do we ever has it ever been explained whose child Kitty Kong is supposed to be?
Well,
As
all I
it
know
explained whose child is Diddy supposed to be?
Oh,
now it's time to blow a crocodile out of the sky.
sorry, Critter. Oh,
Yeah, Critter slide. Yeah, that's clearly supposed to be Crunch.
it does.
I was
look like
about to
Crunch.
say, yeah, that's the guy from Diddy Kong Racing.
Yep, the Kremling.
Did he ever
Okay,
appear
take
in
care
any
of
other?
this.
Did he ever appear in any DK game?
Well, Diddy Kong Racing technically counts.
Other than that, it was a pretty standard design they used for all sort. Like that with the shirt, it was a pretty standard design that I saw in the DK64.
Oh yeah, no, DK64's Kremlings were clearly inspired by Crunch's leather.
Although I do still like that they sounded absolutely nothing like him. Just which we will get to that because that is still a silly game and I do enjoy. I just
game?
DK64.
Oh yeah, DK64. Oh yeah, now I do have my like everyone else. I have my beefs with that game, but I mean, I like this. Down you go.
Watch him, Monk. Oh no, there he goes.
Hooray! Dixie's the winner.
That wasn't too difficult, was it? Taking his life with just your own hands and you're playing against the wind.
Reminds me of me when I was your age.
And with these hands, I shaped the lives of millions.
Jeez. So again, that looked pretty solid, and I am bummed that I'm bummed that one project couldn't come to be, but I'm glad that it wasn't scrapped entirely.
Oh yeah, no, like it found life under another IP, and for that I do, and thankfully it's something that an IP actually gave a stick about. So like for that I appreciate it, and I did have my fun with the game up until I unlocked Bottles, the cheating prick. But yeah, on that note, that's pretty much about all we can do. That's Banjo related. I mean,
For
sure,
now.
granted, there's still nuts and bolts, but unfortunately, I don't have an Xbox One to really play it on, so that's probably not going to happen for a long time.
Darn.
Oh darn, said everyone.
But really, I am kind of bummed about that. And again, we will leave this off in saying that part of me does hope that maybe we'll get to see something happen where maybe Banjo gets back in the spotlight. The most I can say is that, yes, I recently picked up Sea of Thieves to try out with a friend, and they did include in Sea of Thieves a fun little nod, a pirate ship theme you can get called Baron Bird, where it's clearly Banjo-Kazooie themed. Like it has like the rig that raises and lowers the anchor has a jiggy design on top of it. Everything like the big like figurehead at the front of the ship is a bear with a bird in front of it with red, yellow, and blue like colors everywhere. Like I would like Rareware to like do something.
Yeah, like again, like the original creator said, there's really no better time than now to really revive the franchise, especially now that Smash Brothers literally single-handedly brought Banjo back into the mainstream.
Banjo-Kazooie literally sold Xboxes in Japan.
Thank you, Sakurai.
He literally... You got Sakurai to say wahey. Or nyaha. You got him to say nyaha. Bring back Banjo.
Bring back Banjo. Give it the insane treatment for all I care. Just do something with them that doesn't involve, Lego sets.
Or vehicles.
I mean, yeah. I mean, again, that's a topic for another day. But until next time, folks, I'm James Mainstream.
I'm Lucky Jack 20.
That silence says all. Till next time, guys.
Bye.
Sorry about that. My stepdad came in for a bit, but I'm too late. Devil damn it.
No, go on. If you're still recording, say something. Say something for the end of the video.
Something for the end of the video.
Hooray!